want to do the lesson on page 88 with you, and this is lesson 2-4, solving equations by multiplying or dividing. So we've already talked about how an equation has to be like a balance. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to also do to the other side of the equation so that the balance balances. And so if you subtract something from one side, you have to subtract something to the other side. You add something to one side, you have to add to the other side. Same with multiplying or dividing. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. And that principle comes in handy when you're solving a problem, an equation that has a letter in it. And algebra has letters or variables, which are mystery numbers. So you are solving a mystery when you're doing equations. It's nothing more than a riddle or a puzzle, a mystery. And by knowing that principle of the balance, letters and numbers, variables can be solved. So let's practice a few. So the first example they give you is a pizza. And they say you and your friends, four of you, all go out for pizza. You buy an extra large, you buy bottles of water, and you have a coupon, you pay tax and all that, and it comes out to $22.68. There's 4 of you. So 4 of you, there's 4 people, and you all have to come up with enough money to pay $22.68. So if you're going to pay equally, you will divide both sides by 4, because we want P to be by itself. We're solving for people. How much each person has to pay. $22.68 divided by 4. Very simple division problem. 4 goes into 26 4 times. Nope. 6 times, sorry. So it's going to be $5.68 a piece. So each of you pitch in $5.67, and that means you'll have enough money to pay the bill. So P was representing, that was a variable, that was the mystery number, that was representing the cost per person. And by doing it this way, whatever we did on this side, we had to do on this side. We divided by 4 on this side, we had to divide by 4 on that side. Okay. Now, let's look at example 1 on page 89. Well, let's try the check understandings. Check understanding 1A. Solve each equation. 3x equals negative 21.6. All right, the idea is to get the variable by itself. What do we do to both sides to get the x by itself? Well, we can divide both sides by 3. That way the 3 cancels. Divide that side by 3. Now x is by itself, and all we have to do is divide that number by 3. Now I see that that's a negative divided by a positive, which means the answer is going to be negative. And now we can figure out what 3 into 21.6 is going to be. 7 times 3 is 21, bring down to 6. 2 times 3 is 6. So the answer is negative 7.2. Okay. Let's try 1B. It says negative 12y equals negative 108. What do you do to both sides? To get y by itself, we divide both sides by negative 12. All right, the negative 12s cancel out, so we're left with y. And the negatives are going to cancel out. So the answer is going to be positive, because a negative divided by negative is going to be a positive. 12 goes into 108, I believe, 6 times, 7 times, I don't know my 12 times very well. 9 times, that's right. 9 times. So y equals 9, positive 9. Now let's do one more. Check understanding 1C. 304x equals 312. Again, we're solving for x. We want x by itself. Whatever we do to this side, we have to do to that side. Divide those sides by 104. 104 divided by 104 is 1. That cancels out. 1 times x is x. So x equals 104 into 312. And let's see what that comes out to. I think it's going to be 3, right? I think it goes in equally. Goes in equally, so x is 3. Very good. Let's look at example 2. Talking about library fines. A library charges 6 cents each day for an overdue book. Your fine is 96 cents. So how many days late is your book? First, we have to set up an equation. We're going to let D be the number of days you're late returning the book. All right, so since the fine is 6 cents times however many days you are late, and it comes out to 96 cents. That's how much you're charged. So how many days? Well, we got to get D by itself. Whatever we do to this side, we have to do to this side. So we're dividing by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 1 times D is D. So D's by itself. How many 6's in 96? Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. 16. So D equals 16. Your book was 16 days late. That's pretty late. Okay. So let's try the check understanding 2. Look at your book. Again, we're on page 89. Check understanding 2A. It says the equation 0.06D equals 0.96. That's what we just did up above. Represents the problem. Now here they used decimals. I didn't use decimals when I solved the problem because whatever you do to this side, you can do to this side. If I just move the decimal place 2 places to the right, I can solve this problem without decimals. All right. Now the 2B says, suppose you and your 4 friends go to a baseball game. The total cost for 5 tickets is $110. That's for 5 tickets. Write and solve an equation to find the cost of 1 ticket. So we're going to make T the variable. T is the cost of 1 ticket. All right, so you buy 5 tickets, so 5T, and it comes out to 110. To solve the mystery, to solve the answer, how many does 1 cost? We divide both sides by 5. We want T by itself. That cancels out. T equals 20, I gotta do this, 10, 22. So 1 ticket is $22. It's expensive. That's probably cheap compared to what it really costs today to go to a baseball game. All right, so on the page, example 3. You can do the same thing solving equations by multiplying both sides. In those instances, we were dividing on both sides. Now we're going to multiply on both sides to solve the equation. Remember, we're solving mysteries. We're solving riddles. It says T over negative 45 equals negative 5. So what would T be? In this case, negative 45 is in the denominator. To cancel it out, we're going to have to multiply. We're going to multiply by negative 45. Whatever we do to this side, we have to do to this side. Now if you notice, negative 45 cancels out with negative 45. And so you're left with T, positive T. Negative times a negative, that means the answer is going to be positive. Now we multiply 5 times 45. And that's going to be 225. So T is $225. All right, let's try the check understandings together. 3A, x x over 8 equals 93. Again, we want x by itself, so we're going to have to do something to this side to get the 8 out of that denominator. So I'm going to multiply by 8. That cancels out the 8's, and that leaves x. 93 times 8, 72, 74, so the answer is 744. Okay. B, w over 26 equals negative 15. All right, what do you have to do to both sides to solve the problem? You have to multiply 26. I want to stop for just a second and make sure you understand why multiplying by 26 gets w by itself. All we're doing, remember, when 26 is in the denominator, that's the same as 1 over 26. W times 126 is w over 26. So we've got basically 26 is in the denominator because it's part of a fraction. So by multiplying 26 over 1, I am now canceling that out. The numerator over the denominator equals 1, and 1 times w is w by itself. All right, so now I'm multiplying a negative times a positive. That tells me the answer will be negative. 15 times 26. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 3s. We've got 390. Oops, negative 390 is your answer. So make sure you watch those negatives, okay? All right. Now we'll do one more, 3C. I hope you're doing these with me so that you are practicing before you're on your own to do the exercises by yourself. Y over negative 5.5 equals negative 23. We want y by itself. Again, how do we get this out of the denominator to get y by itself? We have to multiply. We're going to multiply by negative 5.5. Do it to both sides, negative 5.5. All right, we can cancel that out. We're left with y, and the answer is going to be positive because negative times a negative is a positive. But what is 23 times 5.5? Let's see. 15, 10, 11, 15, 10, 11. It's going to be 126.5 is the answer. Circle your answers. All right, those are the check understandings. And now you're ready for the exercises. So first I'm going to tell you the secret word for watching the video. The secret word is apply. So write that down in your planner, the secret word that tells me that you've watched the video. The word is apply. The exercises will be, I would like you to do 1 through, let's say 44, 1 through 43 odds. Okay? All right. That's it.